She's usually behind the scenes, but this week she's front and center in some of Team 10's YouTube videos. She wants to tell a younger audience that violence is not okay, but the man who she accuses of attacking her says what she's saying is not all true. And started dragging her. We spoke with her via Skype.
It was frightening mainly because my air supply was cut off. You know, when you hit your trachea on something, it hurts really badly.
McPherson says she responded to her claims in his own YouTube video. The attack left her black and blue.
You know, it's the bruise is pretty predominant.
McPherson has identified her alleged attacker as another social media star, Faze Bank.
Everyone should feel okay going out to a nightclub and having fun with their friends. No girl or woman or anyone should feel like afraid to be somewhere.
No part of abuse, I don't care what the excuse is, drugs, alcohol, rage, whatever, like no part of it's okay. And I think it's very important to use our audiences to remind people of that.
And McPherson says she has filed a police report and is now letting LAPD handle her case. Meantime, Faze Bank says that the videos make him out to sound like a monster, and earlier he tweeted threatening legal action.
In the previous video, we have Fox News covering a story with Team 10, Jake Paul, and Faze Clan's Faze Bank. So what's going on is that Fox News covered an assault charge on Faze Banks. However, they had no police report, club report, eyewitness reports saying that he did it. They just reported it, and the only evidence they had was Team 10. And yes, she's a victim. You're supposed to believe them. However, they didn't back up their story before reporting it. And yes, you're supposed to believe victims. You're supposed to listen. But my thing is that she reported it and she went straight to the news. And they're like, she said she went to the police, but you have no proof. And yes, the police can say we're not allowed to discuss this, which they're not. And my thing is that she went to the news, but they didn't cover their tracks. They didn't look anything up. And to come to find out, these charges were false. And nothing was reported to the police. Yes, Jake Paul had videos of police officers, but you see him playing pranks on his friends with fake police officers that look real. And also, with Faze Banks, he didn't get a chance to voice his opinion or even defend himself on Fox News. They just slandered his name. And they gave Team 10 a Skype call. They never gave Faze Banks the same opportunity. That's what I'm mad about. It's because they're doing this, but when they're doing this, they're not hearing the full story. They're only hearing one side, which in the end, Fox News says that he's threatening legal action. Come to find out on Faze Banks' video, he's suing Fox News for libel and slander. Libel is because they posted this on their website, and slander because they posted it on television. And so he has full right and authority to sue. And no one can blame him for it. I would sue too. He could have lost his YouTube channel. He could have lost followers and money. Alright, this is Katie Hopkins is ordered to pay Jack Monroe for libel. What she did is basically slandered his name in a tweet about graffitiing veterans memorials. And so she slandered his name. He wanted money for it. She could have settled the case by giving $5,000 to the migrant charity. She refused, and because she refused, she had to pay 13130 zeros in money. And so I'll send the link down below. And in this case, she did slander a name on Twitter. So be careful who you're directing your tweets to and what they're about, because you can be charged for slandering someone's name unknowns to you. And please don't do that if you're poor or you're middle class or you're a college student. Suggest no, don't do. Next. Okay, this one made me laugh. This is Donald Trump, our current president, suing for libel charges. Basically, in this case, Donald Trump sued a author of a book for saying he was a millionaire and not a billionaire. So, this case is really funny because he was called a millionaire, not a billionaire. Why would someone sue over this? I'm sorry, I find it hilarious. But he sued this author for saying he was a millionaire, but the case was dropped and the lawsuit didn't go through. The charges weren't accepted because the guy got his information valuably and responsibly and got it from a source which anyone can use in the public. It's public domain. And so he used statistics, and that's in public domain. So I thought this was pretty funny, and everyone needs to laugh, including our president. So thank you. In the Rebel Wilson case, the Australian actress was awarded $3.6 million in a defamation case. The publisher, Bureau Media, gave an article stating that Miss Wilson was the kind of nefarious shapeshifter that might appear in Hollywood screenplays. A serial liar and opportunist who assumes false names, age, and biography in order to advance her career. So what happened is that she sued this dude because it hurt her work and as well gave her anxiety, basically. It was really bad, and the judge was in her favor and said that the bureau acted in recklessness and didn't care what happened to her. So they reported false news to get viewers of their news story, which wasn't a good idea because it hurt this actress, and she's like, hey, no, I'm not like that. Check it, okay? And she sued for libel, which it was in a written article, not on television, or it would be slander, and she won $3.6 million. That's a lot of money for damages. And in Australian currency, it was $4.6 million. Wow, that's a lot of money. But, I mean, I'd do the same. I mean, come on. They almost risked her thing. Okay, the tables turned. A journalist actually sues a TV show called American Hustle. So, in a scene when Jennifer Lawrence says, I quote, "This takes all the nutrients out of the food," it's in an article by Paul Brodeur. And so, in that instance, everybody thought he was an unreliable news scientist. So all of his reputation was destroyed by this single thing, and he sued for that. And the judge ruled in his favor, and he got the case and he won. And honestly, he lost his job just from someone saying a comment about nutrition. It was one line, and that one line almost destroyed his career. And so that's what I don't like about libel slander, is you can do it in any way or form. And I thought this was weird. But anywho, he got the case and he won. And they had to pay him.